In a prior video, I discussed that here in West Virginia, we have 5 justices on our state Supreme Court. But on the U.S. Supreme Court, there are 9. You might wonder if the U.S. Supreme Court has always had 9 justices, and the answer is no. The Supreme Court has had as few as 5 and as many as 10 justices in its over 230-year history. In fact, the number of justices has changed 7 times. So, who gets to decide how many justices sit on the U.S. Supreme Court? Under our U.S. Constitution, it's the legislative branch, or Congress, not the court, that gets to decide. The Judiciary Act of 1789 was enacted by Congress, signed into law by our nation's first president, George Washington, that set the number of justices on the first Supreme Court at 6. Then, a few years later, the Judiciary Act of 1801 was passed by Congress, signed into law by President Adams, that reduced the number of justices to 5. But, interestingly, that law was repealed, and because the Supreme Court justices are appointed for life, actually no vacancy occurred when the number of justices was reduced to 5, so that means that the actual number stayed at 6. Then, in 1807, Congress increased the number to 7. This was done to address the growth in the size and population of our country west of the Appalachian Mountains into Ohio, Kentucky, and Tennessee. In 1837, our country continued its western expansion, and with the admission of 8 new western states to the Union, new federal circuit courts were established and 2 new justices, bringing the total on the U.S. Supreme Court to 9. In 1863, with the significant population growth in California, another circuit was added, and the 10th Supreme Court justice joined the U.S. Supreme Court. Following the assassination of President Lincoln, the Judicial Circuits Act was passed, and the number of justices was reduced back to 7. The last change occurred in 1869. With the enactment of a new Judiciary Act that set the number of justices at 9. So, it's Congress, not the Supreme Court, that gets to set the number of justices. The number of justices in the first 100 years of the United States Supreme Court changed 7 times, from a low of 5 justices to a high of 10. But for the last 150 years, since 1869, the number of justices on our country's highest court, the U.S. Supreme Court, has remained unchanged at 9. Thanks for watching, and justice for all.